Every day, another AI tool comes out, and you're told that it's the next big thing. But is it? Half the time, you don't even know what tools to use, and figuring out what actually would work in your business and personal life is more than a task, it's a job. You get frustrated trying to figure it all out, and you waste time on tools you'll probably never even use by next month. It feels like your to-do list keeps growing, and you keep telling yourself that this is the life of a business owner, to always feel exhausted and tired, and work just never stops. I won't pretend to know everything about your business, but what I can tell you is what works for mine. Today, I'm showing you the exact system I'm using and how you can apply this in your life and in your business to save you more time. Before I get into what tools I'm using, you need to know about the biggest mistakes that people make when trying to decide what tools to use. Most people grab anything and everything and say, I want to try this all in my business, but I don't have the time for that, and I'm guessing you don't either. Number one, will implementing this tool cause more pain than it's worth? If it's not helping solve a bottleneck in your current business, it is not worth your time. It does not increase revenue, increase sales, increase brand. It's not worth it. Cut it out. Number two, will this integrate with what I'm already using? Don't use software that doesn't work with your current tech stack. It will cause a ridiculous amount of pain. And in this video, we'll go into how exactly you can tie all your software together to make your life easier. Number three, can I actually implement this without costing the business? AKA, can I keep doing and using this software, and will it stop anything that affects my sales? This is the exact framework I use when figuring out whether or not a software is worth it, except I do one more thing. I look at the prices, because with most software, it's going to scale with different usage. So it's very important for you to understand how much does this affect my business if something goes wrong. If you're tired of robbing yourself of the future that you know you deserve, check out Zestify and join the Founders Beta List. We're helping business owners get the life that they deserve and move from constantly working in their business to actually being able to work on it. First system we use is for CRM and lead tracking. So I use a type of software, it's called Phantom Buster. So great because it's an automated tool that you hook up to your socials. Instagram, you can do LinkedIn, YouTube, and for a lot of business owners, Facebook. What this software does is it will take in different profiles, and then from there will automate and go through all the profiles and output an entire lead list. So going into the profiles, what I like to do for LinkedIn, for Instagram, is to find people that my audience, my group of people that I want as customers are most likely to follow. For example, when I was getting into golf sales and selling websites for my company to golf companies, I looked up golf influencers, golf businesses, and found people within those networks and those areas and community. And I would give Phantom Buster, hey, these are the profiles that I found. I want you to find the people within this list that follow them. And then I want you to output me a CSV of these leads that I could reach out to for these businesses. So this is where it gets really interesting, is once you get this list, what Phantom Buster can do is actually take those lists and reach out and automate and follow them and create a process for outbound sales. So for example, let's say you find a profile. You're like, okay, well, it's gonna be really weird for me to just reach out to them. What I wanna do is go ahead and follow them. And then I want to go ahead and like something. And what's really cool is you can automate a comment on their post to start building community. From there, after that, you'll send them a DM that's like, hey, this is what I do, this is my offer, would you be interested in talking? And set up a call from there. So that's just an initial flow for lead lists that I really like about Phantom Buster. And there are some cheaper alternatives and a couple of automation softwares that if you don't have it, you are wasting time and you are wasting money towards every single person that clicks on your post and that sees your profile. If you don't use this, I will personally hunt you down and make you use this in your business. Number 1, mini chat. Either you've heard of this or you haven't. If you're in the creator world, you most likely have heard of this. If you're in the business world and you haven't, I'm gonna need y'all to get on it. If you've ever seen anyone go to a post and say, hey, comment this word below, comment this letter below, they're using a mini chat automation. What's really awesome about mini chat is once you set it up, you can be done. If you want to have a special offer that you have, you can create a specific automation that is that offer and that letter, that word. When you post something, people will respond with that and you'll send them an automatic DM that will automatically send them something like a link like your website or a pamphlet, whatever you want to do. And what's even better about this is you don't even have to respond to them asking for it or commenting the words. You can set up an automation to say, hey, I just DM'd this to you, and which makes your life so much easier because you're no longer having to maintain that. In general, for CRM and lead tracking, the way I go about this is I keep a simple spreadsheet that tracks everything. Am I sending around 1,000 messages per day? What's the actual usage? What's the response rate? And tweaking the message every single day to figure out what is getting better conversions for any of the outreach that I'm doing. The one thing I forgot to specify is the process within sales, especially with outreach that I had a lot of trouble with at the beginning, is that you have to view it as stages. Stage number 1 is you find the profile. Stage number 2 is interacting with it. If you've ever had someone like one of your posts or like one of your stories, you're immediately more curious as to why they did that. Who are they? What are they looking at? What are they interested in? And that's exactly what you're doing in that stage. The second stage is building some sort of relationship, and that's in the form of creating a thoughtful response. You can use an agent to do this. You can use an automation to do this. It can be as basic as possible, especially if you're specific about segmentation. It doesn't have to be crazy complicated. After that, that's when you go into the actual DM stage. Not here to here. That does not work. I've tried it. It's horrible. Don't do that. So in your actual software, so whether you use Google Docs, a Notion table, which work very, very well. By the way, I would highly recommend using a Notion table. You're going to specify, are they a cold lead? Are they warm? Are they hot? System number 3 is email. It's a beast on its own. So I'm gonna keep this as brief as possible, but where you can look for implementing things. The system I use for email is I have within all of my forms specific questions that I ask that tie to customer segmentations. For example, something I'm doing with my business is I'm targeting service-based business owners. I'm also interested in creators, and finally, broad audience that is interested in general newer tech. What I do is I'll use this form, and for form software, you can use Tally, which is great for creators. It gives you a lot more autonomy over how you want to customize your form. It's more creative. There's also Typeform, which is relatively good as well. I wouldn't use Google Forms. I would just stick with those 2 forms. These are my customer segmentations. I use Make or I use Zapier. I would use Make if you want more customizability. Zapier if you're just looking for a quick plugin. I use Make. And what I do within this is I say, okay, well, this person is a service-based business owner. So in my automation in Make, I will have it get the business name, which will also be triggered on this form as well. The next thing I do is for creators, I do a very similar thing as well. I immediately add them to creator segment. If they don't click a business owner or creator, they'll immediately be added to the just general interest list. Why is this important? Because if your business does not have segments of what type of people are interested in what products, what type of people you're working with, you're not going to be able to get specific. And specifics are what make a sale. Because if you're selling to the entire whole group of people within your mailing system, 1, you're gonna get unsubscribes. 2, you're also hurting your business because you're not actually wasting your time, because you're not actually putting your time and energy on the group that actually wants the thing. Now we got the basic front of email. Let's go into the software that I use in my business. And then let's talk about the purpose of what we do for our emails and how we make our life easy on the email side of things so we don't have to produce things constantly. Most business owners will do an email here, then another email here, then another email here, and another email here. We'll say, well, Monday is going to be promotions, right? We're going to promote on Monday. And then on Tuesday, we're going to talk about this cool thing our business did. And maybe Fridays, we're giving away something. We're doing a giveaway and I'm telling you about my favorite dog, Charlie. And most people are going to know, okay, well, they're always selling on Monday. And on Tuesday, they're gonna talk about their stuff. And I don't really care about that, but I do like Charlie. So I'm only gonna pay attention to the Friday email. What we're currently working on right now is 2 systems within this. Is a sales engine and then also relationship building machine. A relationship building machine is important because it establishes a connection between the person that is buying your products, that is buying your services, and the connection with that brand. It is a sequence that you automate and we'll build a relationship, say, hey, this is what we do, this is what we offer, this is how we help you, and this is our belief systems, and immediately get them buying into, okay, well, I really like these people, I really like what they do, I love how they approach me, they give me very actionable tips. Anyone who subscribes to your email, anyone goes through this, whether it's 2 weeks, whether it's 3 weeks, whether it's a month, and it's normally gonna range from 7 to 12 emails. And they do not go into the sales engine until that relationship building machine is done. System number 3, let's get into websites. I use a platform called Webflow, and I like it because what I can do is I can use AI to generate landing pages, for example, on specific products or services that I'm selling, and I want to connect that to a CTA that I'm pushing on social media. The second website service that a lot of people use are Wix. You can use Squarespace. I'm not a big fan of those. I've used Wix before, and I hate how much it boxes you in. And frankly, the software in it is very old. Let's talk about your actual website. And this is where I get a little frustrated at most business owners, is that your website should have one main goal. What do you want people to do? What is their action? Do you want people to book a call and call you to book a place in your business? Do you want people to book a meeting with you? Do you want people to get on your wait list or buy a demo? That's exactly what should be happening here and your main goal. If you don't have that figure that out, because that ties directly into CTAs. It has been proven that you need to have over 3 CTAs on your website, because your landing page, when people come into your sphere to find out, I can't spell, oops, whatever, your landing page to find out what do you offer, what do you know, what's your space like, right? You need to have a CTA immediately there. This is what we do. This is what we want you to buy, because most people ignore it. So you should have CTAs all over your page. Next thing is what we do is for our CTAs, if they want to book a meeting with us or call me, I will have that automatically linked to Calendly, which is very easy because it immediately is hooked up with both my Google Calendar and my Apple Calendar. So if there's any sort of crossovers, I'm covered on that front. The second thing we also do with all of our CTAs is I always make sure to capture information such as emails, phone numbers, because that will immediately be added to my sequence to reach out and retarget them about a promo that we're offering to come back and use our website and use our services that we're offering. The last thing I would say for websites, and this is very specific, is there is a great software called Chatbase. And what it does is create you a chatbot that is specific to your business. It's very easy to implement. And if you have any questions or want me to do that for you, I can. And it can be trained on your entire website. So it will have an entire database of all the reviews that you've done. And what you can do is have that thing on your website. And when people have questions, they put it in the chat and ask them, instead of you having to answer the phone every single time and be tied to your phone for basic questions that people can ask on there. And what it can also do is immediately say, hey, you should book here. And that's it for today's video. And most of all, like, subscribe, stay classy. I'll catch you guys later.